Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So we'll be starting the session in 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So can I get a quick introduction about your give me 1 minute. Hello everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay. Thank you everyone for joining. So make sure that you're going to get something useful end of this session. Okay. So without making delay, I just want we'll just start with a quick introduction about the course. What is the like you might have already walked through about the content. So I'll just brief you quickly about the course content, and then I'll be giving you an idea about how this particular training session, all the other details about the training sessions that we are going to have for this 40 hours, what exactly we are going to do. Okay, so let me share my screen. So we can you can whenever if you have any doubts in between, so I'll be giving you a time in between, so we can discuss the questions that you are going to have on the topic that we are going to discuss. Okay, see this course, the AI testing course which we are planning to do, it's purely based on the kind of who can join. Okay, so to whom it is being planned is, so it's like basically the one who is working already on the testing profile, but it's even designed for the manual testing members and one who is working already on the any kind of an automation tool. Okay, even if you're new to the automation or if you're good with the automation also, we are going to discuss about some basics to the advanced. So anyone, like even with the without automation knowledge or without coding knowledge also, we are going to take the content from the basic level to the advanced level. Okay, so this duration, as we already discussed, so we had planned for 40 hours of the sessions. So as part of the this particular course, we are mainly concentrating on the three different concepts. Like one is, so basically you are going to concentrate about the AI concepts. Okay, so what exactly, what are the different tools that we'll be having on the AI, so how we can try to inculcate these particular tools in our day to day life. Okay, so as part of that, we are going to be introduced to the cloud platform. So as part of the cloud platform, we will be discussing more about the Azure, means Azure, like Azure. So we can see the Google Cloud and IBM and even the AWS, they will also offer a lot of AI tools, the AI cloud tools which are going to be offered. But we are mainly concentrating on the Azure cloud platform. Okay. And apart from that, we are going to learn about the basic coding knowledge here, because we are going to understand one of the, like, see, as a test engineers, like our work will be more on the testing perspective. Okay, so for that, if you are working on the functional end, it's okay to have only the functional testing. But when it demands the, when you start doing the automation, so for us to automate, we must have to use the automation frameworks which are present. If it is a functional thing, if you are doing the AI automation, that is a different approach. Okay, so first we are going to take it as part of the functional testing. If at all, if you are doing the functional testing, what are all, means if at all, if you are going to start with the automation, so at that time we are going to learn the concept here with the Python with Playwright. Okay, so as part of the automation, we are going to learn about the Python with Playwright. Okay, so as part of this, from the basic to advanced what are all the concept it is required, the new what are all the concept it's required for you to start working on the Playwright automation, and also start using the AI tools when you are doing the automation. We are going to discuss on that. Okay, so that is been part of the particular the course which we are going to take it up. Okay, after that we are going to handle on the some of the AI projects we'll be having. Okay, so here basically, as I already told, so we are going, you are going to learn the different AI concepts. Okay, and LLM models, we are going to discuss different LLM models. Okay, and then so by using the to do the LLM model validations, so we have multiple, we'll be having a different framework. So as part of that, we are mainly focusing on the RAG framework. Okay, so by using the RAG, how we can try to automate validating the different AI tools. So that's what we are going to learn. And apart from that, as part of the cloud, so what are all the different AI tools we can try to use it, means these are the kind of a pre-trained AI tools which are present, how we can try to use it. So as part of this, you can, even if you are trying to do any kind of a certification course also, I'll be guiding on that certification courses also, because most of the content I'll be covering, which the kind of apply knowledge kind that we are going to cover as part of the course, so which you can understand the basic concepts and you can try to appear for the certification as well. Okay, so this is about the mainly the course content that we are going to discuss. Okay, so apart from that, like we will be planning for 4 hours in a week, and as part of this course, like as you will be getting a regular recordings and the course content which we are going to do, and we are going to get a lab activities. Mainly this is the pillar of the course. Like if you are trying to do the assignments that we are going to give, so we are performing the lab activity on the same thing, you will be getting the assignments. Okay, so in the form of, even you will be getting certain kind of a quiz forms to just make sure your concept understanding is going smooth without any difficulty. Okay, so yeah, uh, give me 1 second. So till now, do you have any queries or any questions before I'll go in depth? Okay,
Hi,
okay,
hi, hi, can you hear me?
yes, yes, tell me.
Yeah, this is Shobna. See, actually, no, previously I have experience with testing the e-learning module. That is, I used to test the functionalities or like whether the UIs are working or not, and then the content, like the verbal written content. Okay, so am I
Mm.
eligible for after finishing this course, will I be able to get jobs in this? Because I don't have exposure to automation testing and
Mm.
also the proper 100% software testing.
Yeah. See, the thing is the concepts which you're learning, right? So that is like kind of give you a conceptual understanding. So apart from that, if you do all the lab activities that we'll be doing, the assignments that we'll be sharing, so if you try to work on that particular modules, definitely you can try to be you will be getting more number of calls also. You can try for the job also on top of that with that particular knowledge base. Previously, you worked in the testing only, right?
Yeah, testing only, but it's not actually the I don't know Cucumber or Selenium or Postman or
So that
something
is
like that.
not
Like I don't know
required. Yeah, that is
automation.
not
And
compulsory.
with regard
See
to
here.
manual,
Hmm,
with regard to manual also, I have not, I'm not
hmm,
into 100% manual or software testing. Like it was a kind of 50%. Like I have to test the functionalities.
hmm.
Okay, and the rest is like I have to check the language, grammar, something like that.
Okay, that's fine. See
Because
here we are going to. Hmm,
for studying the course, like it's okay, I can study because I know Python. But when it comes to job, like when an organization posts some job ads, like what are the previous, like like will they be preferring candidates who have experience in automation? I have such queries because after spending quality time and money, like it should not go waste. No, that is why I'm asking in prior.
no, see, if you are just learning, right, some concepts, then definitely the kind of the percentage of having a job is difficult. Okay, but here you have to invest time in working as well. In different models, you have to build also. So it's not like we are just working on the. See, as you're telling, you are having a very less knowledge of the automation tools. So we are going to explore on if you know this LLM concepts, how exactly you can build the tool which can write the scripts for you, automation scripts for you. And also we'll learning the prompting techniques which can help you to get the. See, if you have a but it's not like you don't have any knowledge of the automation, so at the time you give the proper prompt, so the LLM model will give you the response. Okay, so with that you're going to write automation scripts. That is the myth. Okay, if you have a basic understanding of the coding knowledge and the automation tool that you will be using, so on top of that you can use this LLM models. So right now we have multiple tools to generate the code. Like you can use the GitHub Copilot, we can use the Factory Droid, and we can use the even lot of agents also we can try to use it. So this will give you directly the code for whatever the uh, like example, whatever the framework that you are using, it can generate you the page object models, featured files also. But you should have, it can give you 70% as the valid one. We should have a knowledge on that 30% to correct it. Okay, so that knowledge with, when you are strong with the basics, you will be gaining that. Okay, so if you are learning the concepts and parallelly, if you're trying to implement the concepts that you had learned via the different assignments that we are going to share, then you will be having more chances of getting a job very quickly. Okay. Yeah. So with that, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the content. So we can discuss if you have any queries. So after the session, we can try to discuss on that particular concept. So I'll just brief you the things that we are going to take on a high level. Give me 1 minute. Fine. Okay. So we are going to discuss about the basic concepts. Okay. So now we are talking a lot of things. Okay. AI and few we are discussing about the machine learning and deep learning. So how this AI, machine learning and deep learning has been integrated. Okay. So basically, when we talk about any kind of the AI tool, so it's a kind of a the the software which can mimic like a human. Okay. It is like a so you're going for that, we will be having lot of AI pre-trained tools which we are going to use it. So under AI, we can develop the machine learning models also. See, this machine learning is, it can just predict what exactly I want. Like it, see, when we say the machine learning, like I wanted a particular model which I wanted to predict a certain data. Like example, I wanted to do the weather forecasting. That's a generic example. And I'm doing the testing activity. So what I wanted to do is, I wanted to predict the number of, like example, I wanted to predict the number of in the particular release. Okay, what's the percentage of the test cases pass percentage, I wanted to predict it. Okay, so for that, we are going to train a model with a specified data. Okay, after training, if we provide the same data to that particular machine learning, so it can, similar kind of a data when we provide, it can give me the percentage, like okay, so 70% is the pass percentage, 80 is the pass percentage. Okay, based on that, we can take a call whether to give the approval for the sign off or not. Okay, it's one of the, just I'm taking up one simple example. Okay, like that, there are multiple scenarios when I wanted to design my own prediction model. Okay, I can design it. So for doing the machine learning design, there are multiple tools that we can use it. Okay, one of the tool is like from the Azure. So we are going to explore like a Azure Designer Studio. Okay, and we have a deep learning. Okay, so in the deep learning, it's like here, like we will be using the multiple layers of the data which is going to be intercommunicated like a neurons in our brain, and it can give you the outcome. Okay, and deep learning, we can see the uh, like, okay, so here is an example. Okay, so this is how the uh, relation between the deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So here, so it is like a kind of, it can mimic like a human. Okay, and machine learning, when we say under artificial intelligence, we can see the machine learning is one of the part. So via the machine learning, we can use this particular model for the prediction. Okay, then we have a deep learning as part of the deep learning. So here we are going to use a complex algorithms which can interact, means intercommunicate the data that we had provided, and it can help us to give the exact outcome that we are expecting. Okay, so under deep learning, we can see the gen AI models. Okay, gen AI tools we can use. So as part of the gen AI, right now we can see multiple gen AI tools. Okay, like example, we can see the open AI. Okay, so Google Gemini, we can see what they will be used is, they had been trained with billions of the data. So via that particular database, what they're going to do is, they can, whenever you're asking a certain data, okay, it can process your request. Okay, it can understand the context of your prompt that you're providing, and it can fetch you the outcome which you are expecting. Okay, so that is what we can see. This is how the architectural layer is present. Okay, so we are going to learn in detail Okay, so which are all the tools are there, how we can use everything. Okay, then we'll be learning about the software testing and the AI testing. So, okay, how traditional software is completely different from the AI testing currently we are working. Then we are going to learn some of the pre-trained. Okay, before I'll show you the direct LLM models. So Gen AI models we'll play around. I am going to give you some brief idea about how what are the different pre-trained models are there by referring to the cloud platform in the same way. If you learn with a one cloud platform, so we can relate the similar kind of, we can find the similar kind of a tools and architecture we can easily understand from the other cloud platform also. Okay, so here what is meant by NLP services. Okay, so when we say the natural language processing, it's kind of a NLP is the base for any kind of a language related services. Like example, we can use the translator. Okay. And what it will do, it can convert from like speech to speech, means one language when you provide the audio it can convert into another language. See, this is a pre-trained model. Okay, when we have a pre-trained model, what we should do is we should know how to configure it according to our code base. Okay, like example, you will get some business use cases. Okay, so we have this business problem, can you solve this by using the AI tools? So at that time, so it's not required always to build the tools from the scratch. Okay, there will be already the pre-trained models which we can directly we can use that models directly. Okay, so for that we can see lot of NLP services, NLP based services. Okay, so then we can create that from the Azure and we can see how exactly we are going to use it. In the same way, computer vision services, like anything which we are going to analyze and predict from the visual based images. Like example, you can take images. So in the images it might be predicting the number of people and face detection, and in a video you have to identify the specific members, and even like a kind of few uh, uh, text translation. Okay, means it is called as a OCR technology, like optical character recognition. So if you provide a certain image with a text, it can convert that text image into the text format. Okay, so these are all already the existing trained models. We will understand how we can try to use this particular services, means we can create a services from the Azure and we can call that API. So by calling that particular API, means we can try to call that particular APIs from our code base. So when we mimic, we can try to we can see from our sessions, like when we are calling that API, how it is going to fetch the data. Okay, what is the importance, like where see, in that way when you learn, so in the future when you wanted to develop certain solutions, okay, or if you're testing any similar kind of a models where they had the dev team has been implemented these kind of an architecture, it's going to help you a lot. Then, so there is another very important service that we'll be having is the information extraction. Okay, like example, I wanted to extract from the invoice. Give me 1 minute, I'll be back. I'm having some disturbances. I'm sorry. Yeah, fine. So I'm talking about the information extraction. This is also one of the very powerful service in the uh, Azure. Like it's not only Azure, as I told, it's one of the very important service where we will find plenty of the uh, pre-trained models. What exactly, when exactly we can use this models is like whenever I wanted to extract, like let's assume, so we have a have a business scenario wherein, so like kind of we are getting a invoices. Okay, I wanted to con- uh, scan that invoice, I wanted to store it in a kind of a table format. Or like let's assume, so we are going to scan the debit card and I wanted to store that details or validate that particular details. So in that case, it's kind of I wanted to extract the data which is not present directly in the format that we are expecting. Like it might be in the Word document format, it might be in the different print format which it will be having. I wanted to store it in a specific format. Okay, so at that time we can use this information extraction services which can help us to extract the data from a different types of the documents and store it in a format that we are expecting by highlighting a specific keywords. Okay, and even to identify the specific keys and all, we can use it. So we are going to create a services and play around with the services, how they, when exactly we can apply, how exactly we can create. Okay, so we'll be learning here. Then foundation for the Gen AI and LLM model. So how like kind of you're going to understand about the Gen AI and different LLM models we'll be having. So how exactly we can use it for our kind of a practice purpose. Okay, there are multiple LLM models we can have. So how one model is different from the another model, what are the different approaches to create that particular model. Example, I can use the OpenAI. So directly I can go and take the subscription of the OpenAI. And also if I don't want, I can even uh, create that service from the Azure OpenAI as well. Okay, and even I can try to create a take the subscriptions of the Deep Evolve also. Okay, um, so in that way we can take multiple LLM model subscriptions and we can try to use it. Free one, if you wanted to use, there is a GrokQ model, so that will provide us the free LLM models, so we can use that particular models for our testing purpose and learning purpose. Okay, then nowadays you might have seen that we are going to hear a lot of the AI agents. Okay, so these AI agents are like, so they are built based on the LLM models only, like they had been integrated with the multiple kind of, I can say, multiple tools. Okay, see how if I wanted to tell in a very clear understanding way, even the one who don't know about it also to understand, if you take the LLM, always think it as a it is like a brain. Okay, so what brain has, it has all the knowledge. Okay, I want some and so by using that brain, I wanted to perform certain actions. Okay, it's not the just the information. Okay, if you want just information, you can ask a question, you will get the information. But if it has to perform a task, you we want a hands. Okay, so like that we can understand AI agents. Okay, AI agents can perform a specific task that we want, but for this the knowledge base is LLM. But to perform the task, AI agents will be using as a brain LLM, and it is going to use some other tools also in the form of a action completion. Okay, to do the action completion, there are other tools created. So say about the AI agents. So we can build our own AI agent which can perform certain tasks on behalf of me. Okay, like example, even in the playwright also we have a lot of AI agents has been integrated. Okay, like we have a like kind of a planner, healer we have. So what exactly this will be doing is, they on behalf of us they are going to create a plan for our testing purpose. Okay, like that, by using a different by using a GitHub Copilot, we can build our own agents. Okay, so as part of this, we are going to understand the basics about the AI agent, and we'll see at a like kind of a how exactly you can build a simple AI agents. Okay, and so we are going to learn about the see we are talking about the machine learning. Okay, so rather than just a theoretical concepts, okay, we are going to show you, like I'll be showing you how exactly a simple model if you wanted to design. Okay, I'll take the example and I'll show you how exactly we can design our own machine learning model. Okay, and see when we talk about the AI testing, it will includes the testing at the different phases. Okay, it's like model designing, even when they are developing the machine learning model also, the testing will be involved. When they are designing the AI model also, the testing will be involved. Okay, and even if they are using the Gen AI also, the testing will be involved to validate that LLM output as well. Okay, so different stages we will be following a different approaches of the testing. Okay, so if it is they are developing the machine learning model, what are the different stages will be there, so wherein all the validation is required, what type of validation we have to do. So that is what we are going to discuss over here. Okay, so apart from that, we are going to talk about the responsible AI principles. So these principles are like, see, when we are developing, when we are talking AI, so how much it has advantages, in the same percentage of the disadvantages also we can try to see it. Okay, so as part of the disadvantages, to avoid that. Okay, see, when we say the disadvantages rather than disadvantages, we have to make sure when we are building this model, it's not going to affect anyone, it's not going to cause a harm. Okay, that's what AI model should be built with ethical point of view. Okay, so at that time we have to follow certain rules. Okay, that rules we list in the form of the responsible AI principle. Okay, so we are discussing what are all the different responsible AI principles, types are there, what we how we have to follow when we are building this particular model. Okay, so here have not mentioned, but still we are going to, in this particular module, we are going to create each service. Okay, for NLP, we are going to create one service, computer vision, we are going to create this service, and extraction also. And even we are going to create a simple Gen AI agent, sorry, AI agent also. And along with that, we are going to create the simple machine learning model. So these are the lab activities that we'll be doing as part of this particular module. Okay, then comes, we are going to, as we already discussed, so we are going to learn the AI concepts along with the testing framework also. So to give the base for that, so I'm choosing here the Python as the coding language. So we are going to discuss about the basics about the Python. Okay, so since from the, if any one of you new for this session, so since from the installation steps, we are going to learn the basics. Okay, till the kind of you can write a simple script or simple code on the by using the Python. Okay, so with that, we'll be starting with the uh, playwright uh, once again. Okay, so before we'll start this fourth model, okay, we are going to start with the playwright tool. Okay, so as part of the playwright tool, I think most so some of you might be new to the playwright framework. Okay, so we are going to learn some basics about the playwright. Okay, so here hardly we'll be taking around 5 sessions on the playwright, just to understand the basic configurations and give you the context how the playwright is going to work. Okay, what are the different methods that we'll be having in the framework, and what are the different testing methods that we can use in a different context, and page object models. So high level content we are, means kind of, which are all important for the one to start working with the playwright. So that is the concept that we are going to cover as part of this particular module. So along with that, we are going to learn about the RAG based framework. Okay, means if we once we are good with the playwright, so we are going to learn, okay, what is RAG, okay, why it is important. Okay, RAG is a framework which we are going to use for the LLM models validation. Okay, so when we have to learn about this, we have to understand the various kinds of a metric parameters that we have to evaluate. Okay, that we'll be using to evaluate the LLM models. So when we have to talk about that LLM model evaluation, it even depends on the which algorithm we are going to use that model for the prediction also, like kind of these validations we'll be using for the machine learning models also, and this LLM models also. Okay, so the different metrics we are going to use for the different types of the models. So we'll be understanding here what is RAG uh, for LLM evaluation, and with that, so different the metrics validation. So we are going to use the basic frameworks, and we are going to use here as a LLM as a judge, and we'll be evaluating the different kind of a metrics that we'll be getting as an output from the LLM. So once we are done with this, then we are going to learn about the GenAI for the QA engineer. So here, so we had learned a lot of things since from the beginning to here. Okay, so from here, from this particular module, it's kind of apply knowledge. Okay, so you know the GenAI, you know the frameworks. Okay, so now as a test engineer, by using these LLM models, okay, by using these AI agents. So how you can rather than using the traditional way of writing a test cases, test plans and everything, how you can try to create generate a test plan. Like example, you can use a prompting technique. So we are going to discuss about the prompting techniques. So you can use a prompting techniques to create your LLM model, means test cases, test plans, okay. And in the same way, okay, like example, you will get a in your organization, they're going to build a chat GPT model, okay. So what are the different ways that you have to write down the test cases? So we have to do the UI testing also, and we have to do the back kind of a LLM model testing also. Okay, the output, how accurately it is generating on basis also you have to do. So their metrics, we have to generate a different metrics and do the validations whether acceptable percentage has been reached or not. We need to verify. And in the same way, when you have to do the UI validation, whatever the UI interface it's been designed, according to that interface, you have to do the functional testing. So what are the different approaches to do that? Means we'll be basically creating a one GPT model by using the Azure, and we'll be getting a playground. So where exactly we are going to test the different kind of a functionalities for that particular GPT model that we are going to design. Along with that, so there is a LLM API. Okay, so when the LLM API has been built, okay, it we have to set different parameters. Like example, the how like example you might have observed, if you are asking certain questions, you might have played around, if you had played around different LLM uh, models like UI interfaces, like example ChatGPT, okay, OpenAI, okay. So if you have Gemini, okay, so if you had asked the same prompt with a different types of the LLM models, so everything will not give you the same answer, okay. Everything will provide the different answers, okay. So that answer what you will be getting, it depends on the certain parameters that had been defined when they were introducing this LLM API, okay. So that parameters, which some parameters we must know before we are going to validate, okay. So that important parameters we are going to discuss, like temperature, top end, streaming, stop, okay. These are some of the parameters, okay, which we are going to, and many more we are going to discuss, okay. How it is going to affect, what is meant by stop, okay, when we are using a LLM model, what is meant by streaming, what is meant by top end, okay. So here we are going to take the LLM API, and we'll be doing the different validations on that particular API model, okay. And also we are going to discuss, I'll be introducing you two different tools as part of this testing, okay, which has been using the LLM model, so that you can use it for your day-to-day activities also, okay. And you can customize based on your requirement all the prompts and UI code also. So it's kind of a AI apps which will use, which it can help you in the test case design, and it can help you in the feature file and the page object model creation as well, okay. So with that, the last one, we are going to take one hands-on project on all the different concepts that we had learned since from the beginning to the end. Okay. So yeah, so this is what we had planned for that session. Okay. So if you have any queries now, we can discuss.
Hey, Anjali, can we go ahead? I mean, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so my name is Ankit. Actually, I have a questions regarding the ML testing, right? You said we have been going through these all the steps, but in that, I would just want to discuss regarding the ML. If we have some model that's been created by our developers,
Hmm.
so how can we create an framework in Python that can automate all this model testing? I mean, are we covering this in this sessions?
No, that extent we are not covering.
Okay, any particular single two, three models testing right away? Um,
I didn't get your questions.
I mean, any model testing, like rather than being a framework, are we
Hmm.
creating in machine model or pre, existing model that we are going to cover to test how we
Yeah,
are
so we
calling
are
that.
going to create our own model here, test model,
Mm,
and particular model, we'll be covering the different types of the testings that we are going to do.
that is functional, is it?
Yes, yeah, functional
Or
only.
not automated, is it?
So automated, I'm not covering, so only the functional that I am covering.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because this
Hello.
course is mainly on the complete AI testing. Okay, so it's like kind of so you will be learning things from the different AI models with the automation, and then the validation of that particular models as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hi, Anjali. So I'm Akshay. I have
Mm,
5+ years of experience as an SDET.
mm,
So what I'm looking for, I wanted to transform my career into an AI evaluation engineer or AI test engineer.
mm,
So how this course is going to help me? Like for example, like as part of some POC, I
mm,
did some testing on some model called, for example, a model called house prediction model. So
mm,
using Google Colab, I did some testing like metamorphic testing,
mm,
some kind of like manipulating the test data and how they
mm.
are going to impact our test result. So these kind of things I have did. So how
Mm.
this course is going to help me, like the way I want to transform my career.
Okay. See, when you see when you did, can you brief me about whatever you had worked? It's like which kind of a application that you had worked, AI
No,
model.
like yeah, no. The thing is, in a organization level, I haven't worked in testing any AI application. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay.
apart from that, like some knowledge sharing session, some
Okay.
tech
Understand.
thoughts
Mm,
session, I
mm,
did some thing outside. So
mm, mm,
I own like there are some random data available, right? So like there is
mm,
a
mm,
data that is helping me to get the prediction of a house price in a particular region. So
mm, mm,
that
mm,
model, I have trained that model using some random algorithm, like something called a random forest
mm,
regressor. And I
mm,
did some testing on that, like some testing like the metrics you had talking about, like MSC,
mm,
MAER2 score. I tried to calculate that. And I
mm,
did some metamorphic testing, like manipulating the data, how it is going to impact. So
mm.
this kind of thing, and some observability, like a sharp
How you
value.
had
I think
used the evaluation?
yeah, I did using Google Colab. Like I add like I created some scripts in Python
Mm,
and tried to do this validation. So
mm.
so my question, like, are we going to do the same kind of thing here? These kind of
Yeah.
things?
See, that is one of the part of our course. Okay. So it's
Okay.
like as we are talking, like we'll be doing the RAG one here. Okay. So via that you're going to automate when you will be having a certain LLM tools when you will be when you're supposed to validate. Okay. Certain model it's been designed. Okay. So at that time we are going to understand about the same thing whatever you had automated we'll be using with the RAG framework also. And apart from that, as I already told you, so you will be getting more on the AI cloud tools as well. Okay. And apart from that, we are going to give you the overview about the different MCP server, how you can try to integrate. Like example, if you wanted to build your own tool when you are implementing certain kind of a solution that you wanted to do. Okay, if you are implementing some of the AI tool, okay, how exactly we are going to discuss different approaches, how exactly you can whatever the concepts you had learned, okay, multiple concepts, by using that how you can create your own AI agent model. Okay, and also how exactly you can implement a different types of solutions for the testing problems to be solved. So that's what we are going to focus.
Oh, so like MCP, like a playwright MCP, something like that. You are saying?
Yes, yes. See,
Okay.
MCP you
So
can integrate with the multiple tools. Like you can integrate with the Jira also, and you can integrate with the Playwright also. Okay, so I'll be covering that part as well.
anything related to the like tools like deep eval or open eval,
That's what.
because
So RAG we are covering as part of that.
okay, it's a part of like, because I don't have more
Yes.
knowledge on that
Yeah.
side, like the tools
So
that is
same.
so we are
These two are used similarly purpose to serve.
so so we are like you are covering that as well, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm covering that.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. And like this one, like can I transform my career to an AI evaluation engineer after completing this?
Definitely,
Okay,
because for that
okay,
the base what are all it is required. So you'll be getting it.
got it.
Hi Anjali. Hello. This is
Yes.
Santosh. Yeah, actually my question is like I'm purely functional tester and mobile
Hmm.
worked on mobile apps testing.
Hmm.
Right now, if I go for the AI testing, there are many concepts whatever you had taught right now, like data, machine learning, LLM models. Those are all
Hmm.
very new to me, and I don't know
Hmm.
anything about that. If I
Hmm.
come to this course, what I will get?
So as I mentioned in the beginning only, so you're going to learn from the scratch only. Okay. So if the person who already have the Python knowledge, if a person who already has a playwright knowledge, okay, if he's going to, if he, they can be part of a session, they can listen and they'll understand. Okay, they can put an effort of extra 1 hour to revise the concepts or just to think of how they can apply this knowledge. Okay, but when you are very new, okay, it's like, see, content we will be covering the same, but you can take an extra support when you are not understanding the specific concepts. You can you can just take the schedule and you can just book a separate kind of a slot and we can connect during that time. That's the kind of support that you'll be getting. Apart from that, so you have to put, like, if a person who already having that knowledge, if he's adding 1 hour effort, so it is expected you to add 2 hours of the effort to make sure whatever we are covering, that's been, you are clear with that. If you're not clear, it's your responsibility to come with the doubts, or as I told, if it is, if you're not able to understand, only you can book a separate time. You can when you just request us, like, we can give you a separate time slot so we can connect and we can discuss on that. But
Okay.
if you start from the beginning, if you are putting your effort to understand the concepts, and if you're doing, I'll be giving lot of assignments and the forms. Okay, if you're trying to take up every day, so you will be clear with the concept, so you can confidently try for a job outside also, or whatever the knowledge that you are gaining, you can apply in your day to day work also, in the current whatever the projects that you will be doing.
Okay, okay. But data science concepts are very vast, and there are for
Yes,
the development
yes.
itself, it's going to be take six
The
months course.
See, it's
If I
like
go for only
now,
40 hours, what I will learn here?
see, it's like 40 hours means, what about the extra assignments that you will be getting? You are asked to do that. So that is an
Oh,
extra effort that you are going to add, right? So I'll be giving one example. I'm asking you to do the similar kind of a 10 task. Okay. So at that time, you are exploring. So you're gaining a knowledge for that, right?
okay, fine.
40
Yeah,
hours we are taking in a sessions. Okay. But so
correct.
other minimal 20 hours of the work I'm giving you to do. And as
Okay,
I
yeah,
told, this is the kind of a basic, okay, baseline are the fundamentals for you that we are, what we exactly we are giving. Okay. See, it's like we are from this session, you will be getting into the currently in the market the leading tools, like example, MCP server, agents, okay, LLM models, and the Python with Playwright. So these are the kind of a very emerging tools. Okay. RAG, okay, deep eval. So these are the kind of emerging tools. I'll be giving you how exactly, I'll be showing you the route, how exactly you're going to use it. With that,
okay.
whenever you get a new problem, it's, you can just explore on how exactly you can take it from there, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, understood. The way you're saying it is, I completely understand and I agree. The other question is, if we go for any web application without knowing any concepts in the Java, we're able
Mm.
to test that application. The same way, how we will apply here in AI testing.
Hmm. See, you can like example, if you want if you are asked to do the functional testing. Okay.
Yeah.
Like example, they developed a chatbot. Okay. They gave the UI interface. Okay. They can even design as a web application only for that chatbot. Or they can give you a new module. Okay. Let's go and test the chatbot. So at that time, even though if you don't have a knowledge, particular knowledge, like you might have used lot of time. Okay. Nowadays, a lot of people will use the chat GPT. So you know how it functions, what are like example, the delete chat features will be there, copy features will be there. Okay. So when you the prompt design will be there. Okay. And so you can create a multiple tabs and you can make a like, dislike, everything. So you know the lot of functionalities that it is there. So based on that knowledge, you can start doing the testing. Okay. It's as simple as you're doing the web applications. This is only when you're doing with the UI. Okay. But when it comes to the automation, as like, okay, Java, without Java, are you able to write the automation scripts in Java Selenium?
No. You
No,
you
right?
need to
So
know.
at that time, yeah. So in the same way, if you have to automate the prompt prediction from that particular chatbot, means see, you can do the manual testing. Okay. So they'll be giving the knowledge base what they'll be using. The knowledge base for the chat GPT kind of an applications, they might be using the the documentation, they might be using the Confluence page. Now, if we are integrating that with the MCP, so we can expect that to get it from the Confluence page itself. So which what exactly you're using the knowledge base, so from that knowledge base they can pick the response, correct? So what's going to happen is you know the where exactly the knowledge base, let's assume it's a Confluence page or a Word document. What you're doing manually, you're comparing. If you ask 100 questions, how much questions it has brought similar context, manually you're going to compare. If it brought a similar context as in the document, you're going to say it as a pass, correct? So that
Correct.
that will come with a flow. Okay. But if you have some idea, what are the things that you can test, what are the functionalities that they had built, what is the acceptance criteria that they had defined in the test user stories, you can go ahead with that. But when you have to do the automation, when you have to automate, how much prediction rate exactly, if you ask 100 questions, so when you have to do these validations, you must have to understand the different frameworks or validation methods. Automatically you can use it at that time. It's very much required the coding knowledge, actually.
Fine, fine. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Anyone else? Yes.
I'm Rohit. Are we considering
Hi,
the
Ravi.
API testing example also? How
Yes,
AI will
LLM
be
API we are covering.
like the Postman? I mean, how we
Yes.
can integrate AI with Postman and like that?
See, it's like there are two different ways that you can do it. Okay. So one is purely testing the LLM with the uh, Postman. Okay. Means if you get a LLM API, if you have to do the validation, uh, how you're going to do it. Okay. That is one thing. Another one is what you're asking API integration. Like example that I'm going to show you here. Okay. We are going to create a pre-trained models. So once you create a pre-trained model, okay, in the any cloud platform, that will give you a API. Okay. So that API which is there, you can call that particular API, means basically the API URL. And if you have the API key, it will be provided. So if you provide that into your Visual Studio Code, so you can invoke that particular API. So whenever you're asking certain questions, like example, you had built a natural language processing service, like translator service you had built. Like it has to, the API, whenever you ask to, you give a audio note in English, and if you are giving a prompt to convert that into the Japanese, okay, that prompt, when you give it from the UI code, okay, or if you have a UI code, or if you are using a Visual Studio, even from the Visual Studio, when you hit on that, that API which you are using, that takes the request to the specific service which you had been configured, and it can get the response from there. Okay, so in that way, I can show you that how exactly you can use this pre-trained models APIs once you create it, and along with that, as part of this LLM API, so here like I had been using a, if you have a LLM model, this is one of the test URL that we'll be using. Okay, like example, if you're providing a certain prompt, okay, and the model, different models when you provide, so how the response it is coming. So here we are going to test with the different context, as I told, like when we added a token limit. Okay, see here, if you can see, same API I'm using, without any restrictions, how I am getting a response. So here I'm going to use the token limit. So when you provide the token limit, it's like, okay, you should get your response within 100 tokens. We'll be discussing what is tokens and everything. It's not like a word count. Word count is different, tokens is different. So at this time, your response has been restricted within 100. Okay, so like that, we are going to do understand different parameters. With that parameters, when you're hitting a request, how the response has been modified. Okay, we are going to discuss about this.
Okay.
You're clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Ramit. Like,
Yes.
in Salwa, I have currently like 10 years of experience. I'm mainly into the automation, selling in Java as well as C Sharp and basic of Python also. Okay, how
Mm.
these tools will help me in going forward into the AI testing?
So you have 15 years of experience, right?
10 years. I'm working as a test architect as well as test engineer.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this course, like, how have you learned any AI tools? Have you worked on the project or implemented?
No, basically, I'm into the healthcare domain. So
Mm.
we don't have much of AI-based applications, and as well as I'm planning to move into the other domain also. That's why I'm looking into
Yeah.
learning
See,
into the
this is definitely
AI-based.
going to add a value to your profile that you are working as a test architect. Okay. So after this course, what you should do is, so you can think of as an architect, what are the things that you can take it from here. Okay. It's not like a kind of a working on that. It's like how you can apply this knowledge in your project, like day to day work that you will be doing. See,
Yes.
trust me, any tool which you are going to use right now, okay, or learn these particular tools, if you just learn and leave it, it's not going to add any value. Okay, if it is a 5 years experience, or if it is a 10 years experience, or if it is a 15 years experience. So once we learn, we should start using these tools in our day to day projects that we are going to work. Let's assume you're doing a test case creation, you're doing in your malware work. Okay, so I'm going to cover the prompt engineering. I'm giving a certain techniques. Use the techniques and create your test cases. Okay, and you're going to do
Basically,
certain. Sorry.
using the AI. After that, can we generate now
Hmm.
whatever the technology we are using, which is the framework we are using? Using this AI and ML concept, can we generate the automated test case automatically by writing a prompt?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. That way,
They will be using certain tools which can help you to create a page object models and prompts also. Okay, like example. Okay, let me show you few things. Yeah, my I think. Okay, fine. I'll just show you one thing. Yeah, quickly. I'll take some demo site. Okay. So here we can use certain kind of a generator. Okay. So we're going to cover how it works and all. Like let's assume I wanted to create a test cases or the feature files or the certain kind of a tools. Okay. So I can just go here and we are going to just over on the module which I wanted to automate. Okay. So I just wanted to create a feature files. Okay. I can click here and it can create me the feature files. In the same way, we're going to discuss. Okay. Basically, what exactly it is using is the prompt. Okay. Before I will teach you these particular tools, I'll be teaching you the prompts that you can use to generate a feature file, or it might be the page object class, any business problem that you have, how you can apply this like kind of a prompting techniques to work on. Okay, so that if you're good at prompting, your results that you are going to get from the AI tools or the LLM models will be far better.
Okay.
Okay, and in the
Eh,
same way as I told, it's not only the prompting technique. So we are going to discuss about the MCP server. Okay, you can start integrating that MCP server with your Visual Studio. Like you can even integrate with the Jira, you can integrate with the Confluence pages that you will be using, and you can integrate that with your Playwright. So by using these prompting techniques, you can make sure your day-to-day work, like fetching your user story and giving a prompt to create a test cases for the same user story. So in that way, we are going to discuss step by step. Okay, first prompting, like after that, how you can try to integrate the tools. Okay, so how you can make your life more better with these particular tools. Okay, that's how we are going to uh, get into the different phases. Okay.
you mentioned one more, sorry for interrupt, like one more, you mentioned the rack, the test framework we are using in here, right,
Mm,
in this course, in
mm,
this particular code. How is it like,
mm.
is it a kind of like any other test automation tool, or is it like
No,
mainly
that's
into the
kind of
AI?
a, yeah, it's kind of a um it's a tool like which you can try to integrate into the framework. Okay, we'll be using the Python as the coding language here when we are learning it. Okay, I'll be explaining first how the RAG architecture, okay, how it is important in testing, why exactly we'll be using this RAG. Okay, and also what are the different validations that we can do by using this RAG. So we'll go through about that also in depth. Okay.
Great, thank you.
So that
Hi,
actually
Anjali.
we are going to touch all the different wings of the AI and the automation tools that we can integrate, okay, with our work. So that is like kind of a base for you to start using it in extensively. Yes.
Yes. Once you learn, then you have to, like, if you do the hands-on with these kind of like existing automation tool, it might help for in future. Yeah, that is true. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Someone has another question.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah, hi,
question.
Anjali.
Mm,
Myself, Ajanta. So
mm,
I'm currently working as a manual tester.
mm,
Use in my current project, we are using the Salesforce application specifically for e-commerce business.
mm,
So how this course will help me to we are planning to do all the codes into the automation in the Playwright. So I want to know how this will help me to convert my all manual test cases into the automation as I do not have the automation experience period.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay, understand. See, without any automation knowledge, I can't assure you that you can go ahead and you can create a automation framework, okay, or convert a test cases into automation. But you should have a first, you should have a basic understanding about the automation tool. After that, as I showed you right now, I can give you certain tools which can help you to generate a automation code for you.
Mhm.
Means, see, if you right now had showed you one tool, okay, AI code generator. So as part of that, you can generate a feature files and you can generate a page object model also. Means it can give you a direct methods that you can use along with the locator also. Okay, and in the same way, you can use the prompts copal. Means you can integrate the MCP playwright also. Okay, so at that time
Okay.
also, based on your prompt, it can help you to create a feature file. It can help you to create a code for a specific functionality also. And even in the playwright also, there is a feature called record and playback. We are going to discuss that as well. So when you will
Okay.
be doing, means it's not like you should be pro in creating a scripts, okay, but you can try to means you can try to record, so that will be created all your script. You can reformat it as part of your framework. So if you have, these are some approaches. Okay. On top of that, I'm going to give you certain tools which can give you the test case generator, and which can use the page object model generator. In the same way, you can think of something new which you can directly use it to convert into automation scripts only, your test cases.
Okay.
Like if you provide the test cases that you are having from your Jira, okay, or whichever wherever you had stored your test cases, okay, like
Mhm.
by using a MCP server, we can build a tool which can pull that particular Jira. Means if you had you can pull into your Visual Studio Code that user stories, and you can convert that user story that you're getting into the automation also. I can give you some solutions when we start with that, the playwright automation. So at that time, what are the different possible ways that you can directly convert your test cases into automation scripts? Okay, but
Okay.
100% sure is after converting, you should revisit and you should check is it valid or not, because I can say the accuracy is 70 to 80%. Okay, remaining
Mm-hmm.
20%, it requires the manual intervention that you
Okay.
can handle it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are we going to see something on the I can see the content like vision and all this thing, NLP and all this thing. Are we going to create some models from our own? Are we going to cover like how
So
to
we are not
train a
going to,
model?
no, we are not doing that. I'm just
Okay.
showing you how exactly we can use that pre-trained models. Like if you wanted to create that services, how to create that services from the Azure end, and how exactly we can use that particular model in our code base. Like example, let me go here to the Azure portal. So I'll be giving you the step-by-step instruction on how exactly you can play around with this particular Azure portal. So with that, once we get into it, so you can understand how exactly you can use the pre-trained models. And as I already promised you, if you're good with this particular services which you are going to use, uh, you can even apply for after the kind of a first module. Once we cover with this first module, okay, after this week one model, if we had been completed, so at that time you can even ready for applying for the AI 900 certification course also. Okay, Azure, if someone is planning for anything. So here what is going to happen is there is like a Foundry service, okay, where exactly you can create a different OpenAI like that, okay. And also there is a service called Azure AI Services. So here once we create these services, it can give you like I can create a language service, okay. Let me show you by creating a language service, okay. In this, see, we can create directly also. You can see we under the language service, it uses a basically NLP. So under this, we can do the sentiment analysis, key phase extraction, pre-built question answering, means Q&A maker and all we can directly make by using the services only. Okay, custom question answering. See, these are all the pre-trained models. These are all based on your requirement. If you wanted to create your own custom Q&A maker, okay, so that and the answer uses questions over your data corpus, means here when you select this and if you create this service, you are allowed to create your own custom Q&A maker. I'll be guiding on that how exactly you can create this service. After once we create a service, how the API endpoint will be called, so how exactly we can call from our code base like that. Okay, see, if you have this knowledge, why I am covering this is you will be getting some pre-trained models knowledge also, and if you get it at the UI level for the testing, you will be having an idea about the backend architecture, how it will be. So it will be very easy when even we are doing the validation also. Or if we get any kind of a business problems, as I already told, so you can directly go here and you can try to create a service, and you can get a by using a prompts. Okay, you can even get the UI interface code also. You can design your own UI generator
Mhm.
also. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Gayatri here. Would like to know in certain companies, because of the kind of applications we handle, certain open AI tools will not be able to use. We will have to customize it for the respective projects. So,
Yes.
will that be covered? Will you be teaching that?
No, see here what is going to happen is like see what are all these models example, I'm going to use this GrokQ, okay, as a reference site, okay. So few organizations that is not allowed. At that time what's going to happen is they will be giving their own LLM model for you to use it. So it's not like it's not like you don't know about anything when you get something different what you know already, right? See, LLM model means if you are using the OpenAI also it is same. If you are using your organization's own LLM model also it is same. You both will function specifically. So if you know the approach of how you have to set up and build your own solutions for validating that, if for one particular model, you can even do for the other model also, right?
Yeah, got it. Got it. And how about for the reporting? Will something be covered in terms of reporting? How do we like automatically generate certain reports in terms of informing to the management?
That I can give an idea. Reporting in, you're talking about the playwright reporting like that.
Yeah, the test reporting.
Playwright
Yeah, the
reporting.
test
Yeah,
reports.
test
Yeah,
reporting,
right.
basically we'll be discussing about the reporting types that playwright is going to give you. So that reporting, once you get that report, right, there are different ways to communicate with the management. One is if you're running with a like kind of a CI/CD pipelines, that's automatically we can make in the pipeline itself to send an after the test results to send an automatically report to the specified team members. That is one approach. Okay, so like that, you can, when you're running it on the cloud platform, there are different ways that you can share with the team. That is no way connected with the AI. Means there you can use the AI to get the solution for that. That is basically the config one. You're going to do it with the playwright execution reports that you will be getting on the cloud platform.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, one question, quick
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, you have mentioned about ML and deep learning and these things and prompt engineering. And I mean, recent trend is no, agents and agentic AI, those things, right? Like guardrails or graph rags or those things. So evaluations and all agent evaluations. So anything you are going to cover in that area?
Actually, I have a plan to do certain see by using the uh, like lang flow and lang graph. So I have a plan to cover the certain AI tools. Okay, but as we have already covering, I had a time commitment for this. Okay, so if I could able to accomplish that, I can cover as part of the extra like kind of an extra tool that we are going to learn. Definitely if I'll be getting a time, so I have a plan to see AI agent we are covering. Okay, so apart from that AI agent, so I have a plan for Langflow and LangGraph, how we can use it in designing our AI tools. Okay, so that one I'll be covering if time permits. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, that will add more value
Yes,
because
definitely. At
the
least if I'm
market
not
trend.
able to cover in depth, I'll give you a overview. I can give you from where you can pick it up. Okay.
Yeah, sure, because the market trend currently is Langchain
Yes,
and
yes,
LangGraph.
that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Hi. Is it something like in this course we'll be studying how to test the AI and machine learning models? Is it so, or is it something
See, it's
like
not only testing. Okay. The main approach is you can test. Along with that, you can even design a solution. See, going forward, the trend is not like if you have to test monotonously. The trend, how it is shifting is if you are a test engineers, when the developer is coming quickly with this by developing a product, we should be like find out us different solutions to automatically validate that particular app which is developed. So you will be gaining a knowledge which can help you to develop certain solutions also to test your applications. Okay, so if you're good, we're going to start our regular classes from tomorrow. I think first two sessions will be free. So we'll just connect back tomorrow. Okay.
Hi. Actually, I need a clarity here. See, either in the manual testing or in QA automation testing, we'll be actually testing the applications, right? Whether it's, for example,
Mm,
if it's Amazon or Flipkart or any app, right?
mm.
So, like here, I'm just going confused. Like here, we'll be learning how to do those kind of application testings with the help of AI assistants, or we
Mm.
are l- going to test the machine learning models. Which one are we going to do exactly?
We are going to do both.
So we will be learning both. See, though
Yes.
these two, the actually no, these two are different. As far as I know, this
Mm.
Q testing the applications with the help of AI, that is
Mm.
different, because we are learning how to do the testing with the help of AI assistant. Okay, and the testing the machine learning models is different, because the machine learning models, they used to do it develop with the Python coding, and which involves like various algorithms and all. So
We are going to learn the different algorithms. So when we use a different algorithms, how the models metrics will be coming. So how we have to evaluate that metrics. So that is also we are going to cover. What are the different stages when you are designing the ML model? Each stage functionally, what are the different ways that you have to test? Okay, that's also we are going to cover.
Got any content or syllabus? What are the things will be covered?
I think I had shared you, they had shared you one link, right? I
I
can
mean,
share
I
you in the
joined.
group. Okay,
I joined late
I'll be,
actually. So
that's fine. So I can share you today in the group regarding the content. Yeah, some of the like MCP and few it might be not updated. I'll be covering which is essential for you to be confident in this. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the tools we will be studying? Because in the link they have provided the only the topics or the modules they have mentioned, but they have not mentioned what are the tools we are
Mm.
going to study. Can you please go ahead with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me update and give back to you. Okay. And Aditya, do you have any questions? You're done? Fine. So can we connect back tomorrow? So based on your request, I'll be sending the uh, kind of a content document. Okay. So then we'll connect back tomorrow session. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
So
I
if
it
have
you
one.
have
tomorrow
any
at the
queries,
same time?
yes, 8 o'clock only we'll be having.
Okay.
Okay. If any one of you have any queries or anything, you can send any one of us. Okay. So we can reach back to you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We'll connect back tomorrow. Aditya, I'll wait. You can text me your query.